Now let's talk about the last week of August, which starts August 25th. And this is when we close off the month of August. And Mercury is going to conjunct before it enters Virgo. I'll put it here. Mercury is going to conjunct the South Node. Now you're revisiting some old conversations. Okay. Like, it's like, I thought we put this to rest. No, we're bringing it back up. Past creative ideas are returning. Maybe you're releasing something that needed attention. Maybe you're recognizing pride based communication. People from the past could be reaching out to you, especially in my Leos, okay? Reviewing how you express yourself. This can bring a valuable closure, but it can also tempt you to repeat an old pattern that you're comfortable with. So be aware of that. At the same day, we do have the sun entering Virgo, which I already talked about. I don't know why I have that on here. Oh, again, moving too fast, talking too fast. Anyway, then we have Mercury entering Virgo. So before we revisit the past, then we have Mercury entering Virgo. And again, these are major themes. That's what I have, the sun. Instead of the sun, I meant to put Mercury. But this is all about the details of everything and moving and talking slow. Mercury and Virgo loves to talk slow. Again, about details, your health and wellness, about your small pets, and really focusing on work. We have, once Mercury enters Virgo, we have a Cazimi, and Mercury is in the heart. Yes, Mercury is in the heart of the sun. This is aha moments, mental breakthroughs, important conversations, better organization, strategic planning, solutions, clearer opportunities, writing and teaching. Huge with coworkers, huge with your employees. This is also huge with your pets. Are you being a healer or a nurse of some sort? Okay. And then we have the partial eclipse happening. Where's my eclipse? That is happening at 4 degrees. It's going to happen August 27th. Do I have the date? Yes, August 27th. And 4 degrees is a Cancer degree. Cancer degree deals with home, family, emotional security, nurturing, healing, ancestry, wherever you feel like you belong, or your sense of belonging and protection. Now, this eclipse is sitting next to the North Node, and the North Node is your destiny. Something new is going to happen, new opportunities, your future, divine timing, what you're meant to develop. It is in the sign of Pisces. It is a full moon. It brings a culmination, a revelation. There is emotional releasing, or maybe there's an ending, but there's still a newness happening. Pisces represents spirituality, surrendering, compassion, dreams, healing, forgiveness, addiction, escapism. Could be dealing with any type of like institutions like hospitals, isolation, creativity, and your intuition. There could be an emotional release. There could be an ending of something. Which brings a new start. We also had that with the other eclipse earlier, but this is an ending. It could be more positive, for what I see. Heavily communicated, because Mercury is involved with this eclipse as well. Again, this Pisces eclipse is at 0 degrees. Strong energy with Neptune at 0 degrees. Strong energy with Chiron at 0 degrees. Yeah, so get ready for that. That's a doozy, but we're finishing off here, okay? But I do want you to understand that this eclipse could be dealing with major mental health issues, or hospitals, or addiction, or religion, maybe water related, because we do have Pisces, film, music, photography, anything dealing with charity as well. Okay. Mercury opposing this is something like your intuition wants you to really be used here. It's not really logical. It's head versus heart, information overload, emotional conversations, a fact, changing your perspective, learning when to analyze and when to let go, releasing being perfect, balancing logic with your intuition. I find the last bit to be a little bit more, okay? So really learning to listen to your gut, and who cares what the details and the facts are. Focus on what your body is telling you, or what God is telling you. It is going to be sextile Chiron, so there is some energy with self-worth and healing and security and money and feeling good enough. That works great. It will have bad aspects, this eclipse, with Uranus. So sudden news, unexpected conversations, breakthrough ideas, technology, disruptions. Cancers doesn't like disruptions and wants to feel safe. So there is some issues with not feeling safe, but you're trying to feel safe, okay? So be aware of that. That is what we have for that eclipse. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I didn't mention with the eclipse? It's going to end something but start something. I did say that. Now, on the 28th of um, August, Mercury is in the sign Virgo. It's officially now squaring Uranus. This could be unexpected news this week. Okay. Doesn't have to be this day. It could be actually once Mercury enters Virgo, you can have some unexpected news, sudden changes in plan, brilliant ideas, maybe, but it's too different, too unique. A very nervous energy. Anytime Mercury and Uranus is involved, is very anxious, kind of moves a little bit too fast, disrupted schedules, information overloads, arguments, tech problems. Just think Mercury's retrograding that week, okay? The sun is also squaring Uranus, so it's going to highlight these problems, highlight some issues with routines, because it's like, let's break the routine, let's do some unexpected scheduling. Identity that could be shifting, feeling restless, wanting more independence, sudden realizations about your work, about your health, about your day-to-day routines. Something could be happening there, and it is a challenge because who likes change? I do, but not a lot of people. Okay, we're closing off the month with this is positive. Here is that Jupiter is trining Saturn. Very positive, very strong. So I like this because you do have two social planets, the social planets being aligned. Fire energy, very passionate, very external. We will see it. Substantial growth, business development, responsible leadership, turning creativity into long term plans. Career could be progressing, teaching and mentoring, positive, building confidence through consistency, positive. This is actually being realistic on your promises as well. Economic planning could be great. This is great for a CEO or any type of corporation. Government leadership, great for that time. A business growth, infrastructure, long-term policy, responsible investment. That's great. I'll tell you what's not great, which we started off with what I was telling you about Venus being very important this month. Well, Venus will officially retrograde, post shadow retrograde, pre shadow retrograde. August 20, what's it, the 29th or the 31st? 31st is going to pre shadow retrograde at 22 degrees is when it starts to retrograde. Um Post shadow retrograde. I keep saying post. Pre shadow retrograde. Sorry. This is why I have my notes and I write so many details on my notes, but I continue to say whatever I want to say. um so listen, I want you to understand that Venus is a huge theme of the month, and Venus in Libra is all about relationships and aesthetics and fairness and justice and passive aggressiveness. So let's see how this plays out. I'm going to explain the dates real quick. Venus retrograde dates, fully retrogrades October 3rd in 8 degrees in the sign Scorpio. So it will retrograde in Scorpio. It will retrograde in Leo, in Libra. Who will be affected by Venus retrograding? Venus retrograde will be affected by the late degrees of of Libra, and the beginning degrees of Scorpio. Also, anyone in late degrees of cardinal signs, which is my Cancers, Capricorns, and Aries. Any early degrees of my fixed signs, okay? Because Venus is out here shooting everybody, okay? Early degrees of my fixed signs, which is dealing with my Leo placements, my Taurus placements, and my Aquarius placements. And more importantly, I said Scorpios, okay? October 23rd, it will conjunct the sun in 2 degrees in Scorpio. So October 23rd, maybe we'll get an aha moment happening there. October, when it comes to relationships, on the 25th, it will re-enter Libra at 29 degrees. This is the same day as we have a full moon in Taurus. That's going to be a doozy. Get ready for that. November 13th is when it will officially stop retrograding, but the post shadow phase doesn't end until December 15th. So Christmas shopping will be amazing. After the 15th, I don't know if you should be shopping for Black Friday. Let's see. It stops retrograding, but let's see. Pay attention to themes surrounding any money, relationships, self-worth. If you're receiving a gift, around that time. You may have some issues there. Anything dealing with beauty, fairness, partnerships, values. When it's in the sign Scorpio, relationships that are very secretive, things that are you're attracted to that's very taboo. Also dealing with finances and shared income with your partner, share resources with your partner. All that the people, questions, and choices emerging now become a part of the Venus story. Venus is huge. Okay, and we close the week 4 off with releasing refinement and sustainable growth. Mercury activates the South Node, it enters Virgo, it reaches a Cazimi, and then it opposes that Pisces lunar eclipse. So Mercury is a bigger theme for the last week of August, but we do have some disruption with Uranus. We do have Jupiter being positive with Saturn, but Venus starts to pre-shadow retrograde, okay? Releasing old stories, organizing your life, healing perfectionism, balancing intuition and logic, building something sustainable, reviewing relationships and finances, okay? Let me pull a card. The advice for the last week of August is let the eclipse clear out what no longer aligns. Use the Virgo energy to rebuild and follow a step-by-step plan because Virgos love a plan. I would do anything you can before Venus starts to pre-shadow retrograde when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your finances and banking. Here are the last cards for August. Let me pull them for you. And let's see what we have here. For the end of August, we have practical reliability. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Things are going to be moving very slow. You need to focus on grounded energy in your finances. Also, for the last week of August, we have manifesting things. Page of Pentacles. Messages are going to be coming about your finances or your health or things that you value. Get ready for that. Also, we have the King of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles. Hold up. The Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. Money, 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 money. Huge theme for the last week of August. Finances, things moving slow, having grounded energy. You are talking about Virgo energy. You are talking about Taurus energy. You are talking about Capricorn energy. And then lastly, we have the Two of Swords. And Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, thinking long term, having structure, literally a physical mountain that you cannot move. Yeah, just being grounded and moving slow. Difficulty with decision here. You have one foot in and one foot out. Maybe that's in regards to relationships or finances. Be aware of that. But you're going to be a little confused. You might be avoiding or having some information hidden there as well. Yeah, let me see comments here. This full moon, you were getting a hotel room regarding your son. I don't remember. Was I getting a hotel? I wasn't getting. I did travel. No, 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 not me. See, people can tell me stuff because I am here for the presence and I forget the past. I have to work on that, and I move too fast. But no, I'm trying. I know my son's going out of town, but no, I don't. I don't remember. Give me my exact words. I don't remember. You're probably right, but I don't remember. Also, too, let me give you just overall month of what we're going to experiencing. I did week by week, but we're going to experience some stuff here. Okay. We have the Temperance. It's all about balancing here. Okay. Harmony, healing, patience. Again, a lot of Virgo energy at the end of the week. So moving slow, being calm, serenity. Ooh, the High Priestess is all about using your intuition. What is God telling you? Things may be listen to your inner voice and God. Okay. Lastly, we put all of the Pentacle cards for this month. So there is a huge strength on your body, a sense of belonging, your physicalness, tangible things, thinking long term, being serious, being practical. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And lastly, what the cards are like here, Danyell? We're just trying to confirm what you're saying. Just this month is huge on Venus. Okay, I pulled the Justice card, which is representing Venus too. Libra energy, huge on relationships. Okay, huge on relationships, huge on court justice, fairness, universal laws, karma, cause and effect. The truth is revealed, legal systems, accountability, consequences. What else does Libra represent? Justice, relationships, harmony, balance. Yeah, let's see.